Greetings, gentlemen. We are on week 2 of our prayer and fasting this year, 2024. And last week we talked about don't say the same old things in the same old ways. Same old things about the same old things in the same old ways. Talk to God about something new. Invite him into a conversation you're having outside of your normal prayer conversation. Talk to him about your car while you're fixing it, or your job while you're there working. This week, I want to also add to that, as you're talking to God about something new, we need to really lean into fasting. Now, fasting is something Americans, we hate. In fact, if I asked you to give up food for a week or to put $300 in the offering plate on Sunday, most of you would take up offering plate, giving away $300. Because food is far more valuable to us than even our money. And that says a lot when we're in America, where money really is one of the gods we fight here in America. But Jesus fasted all the time. We can think of the first 40 days of his ministry. Before he started his ministry, we know he went to the desert and fasted, but Jesus fasted regularly. In fact, there's a story in Mark chapter 9 where Jesus' disciples had tried to heal this guy and he hit this boy, and they were unable. And so the crowds are kind of arguing themselves, and Jesus comes up and says, "What are you arguing about?" And they said, "Well, I brought my son to your disciples and they couldn't heal him. And this is what happens." And so Jesus casts out the demon, heals the boy. And in verse 29, he says, "This kind can only be driven out by prayer and fasting." I find that unique because we're not even told Jesus was fasting, but if it can only come out by prayer and fasting, we know he was fasting and his disciples weren't. This week, gentlemen, I want you to prayerfully consider taking a longer fast than just 24 hours. Maybe it'll be 48. Maybe it'll be 72. Maybe it'll be all week. I don't know. But if we really want to discipline our flesh, to keep it in check, and to promote our spirit and the strength of our spiritual life, fasting has to become a key to that. And so this week, as you're praying and fasting, consider making that 24-hour fast a little bit longer. God bless you. We'll see you next week.